As a school board member, what would be your top objective, and what are your plans to meet that objective?
I just hit the jackpot. My top objective happens to be my primary focus. I'd love to see the graduation rate increase. I know you've heard it talked about, and I want to give you a couple of other slants on it. I want to give you some data that's available. I would advise you to research the Louisiana Department of Ed's website. There's some very interesting facts on there. The graduation rate is impacted not just by teachers and children. There's a misconception there. But based on what we've heard up here, people understand that it is necessary to have other folks come in and help with that. I was an educator for 40 years. Teachers have to teach at their best level and ensure that children at every level learn so that they're prepared for the next level until we reach high school graduation. Parents have to send children to school ready to do that. Teachers cannot teach children who are not ready to learn. And I will not put the blame on children. As adults in this society, we need to take the reins. We're losing control of our children. And when we do that, we lose control of our future. Students need to be taught that they are responsible for their own education to a certain extent. They're never too young to learn responsibilities. There are schools that are teaching children the 7 habits of effective people. Children are people. The earlier we teach them those things, the better. When you get on the website and check out the graduation rate, the average, national average is 80%. 80% of our students graduate from high school on a national level. On a state level, Louisiana, 74% graduate. Hang on to your hats. Our district, 65% graduate. This is data based on the 12-13 school year. I actually called to double check on that because 65 seemed a bit low. And for some reason, when I calculated our high schools, I came out with like 71, 72%. Doesn't matter. It still means that almost 30% of our children don't have a high school education. That does not lead to a productive society. That does not lead to people who will take care of us when we're older. But what's interesting is, right down the road, Beauregard has a 90% graduation rate. They're tops. They're number 1 in the state. Jeff Davis is 86, running a close second. Now, the national goal is to have 90% of the children, 3 minutes? 90? Thank you. That will be my focus. Thank you very much.
Representing the needs of Eunice schools is different in many ways than the needs of other schools in the parish. How will you balance the needs of your specific district with the needs of the overall parish?
Thank you. First of all, welcome everyone here tonight. Really good to see the audience. Also dittos to our LSU and also for the chamber for allowing us to be here tonight. First of all, to balance the needs of the other schools in the district, let me just say that the unit schools are doing very, very, very well. They are the envy of the other school system, the other schools in the district. And as a school board member, I try all the time to work with other school board members to find out what their problems are and to work with them to solve those problems and to try to accommodate them, to help them to bring up their schools in the system. But let me go on to just give you a little bit of my experience. First of all, I started out years ago at McNeese State University on the GI Bill. able to get a degree there in education, secondary education, and then from there I went on to earn a master's in educational media. During that time, I was able to work as a graduate assistant. That was my first teaching job. That was at Magnesia State University. From there, I went to work, and while I was doing that, and I was also driving a school bus. And then from there, I went on to teach in the Calcasieu Parish schools at the secondary level. And then from there, my wife and I moved back to Eunice, and I went to work at Opelousas Junior High School. I worked there for 14 years, and during that time, I was a teacher, I was a coach, and from there, I was asked to run, I was nominated to run the Safe and Drug-Free Schools program, which I did. And during that time, I was very, I guess to say that this is a new concept. And all of a sudden, Columbine was created, happened. And after that, then violence in schools became a very top of the line. And I was able to do drug prevention programs. I was able to do violence prevention programs. I wrote state curriculum guides in drug prevention. I also created a program called the Peer Leader Program, which was recognized nationally. I presented in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and developed I developed the Peer Leader Program. Also, while I was there, we wrote a crisis management program, which is still in use today. And so all of these things are part of my experience as a teacher. I have 48 years in teaching, and I was asked to become a board member, and I was lucky enough to be elected. That was 12 years ago, right at 12 years ago, and as a board member, I represented District 13. During that time,